I personally already pre-ordered this one. I cannot wait to read it. Hello besties, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the September releases. Yes, you heard it correctly. It is nearly September. I'm shocked. Are you shocked? I'm shocked. But everything that I'm going to talk about in this video will be linked down below. And the first book is a book that I am very intrigued by, that I will probably read this fall. That it's giving me all the vibes. It's a dark YA fantasy. It is called The Monstrous Kind, and I'm going to include here both the UK and the US covers. Let me know which one grabs your attention the most, which is your favorite. I'm leaning towards the UK because of the very, very beautiful character art, and it's giving that mysterious, dark vibes, but also the US one is very elegant and intricate, and at the same time you are intrigued to know what is inside the book. You want to know what is going on. So both of them are beautiful in my opinion, but I am leaning more towards the UK one. Let me know which one is your favorite, because these are beautiful covers. Okay, about this book. First of all, as I said, it's a YA dark fantasy, but it's also inspired by Jane Austen's Sense and Sensibility, and it is also set in an alternate Regency England. The author pitched this book as the following. She said, if you like slow burn romances, if you like Bridgerton style tense ball scenes, haunting closed door mysteries, Gothic estate, and above all, The Last of Us style monster fiction. If this sounds good to you, then this is the book for you. Personally, give me that book right now, please. Thank you, because I'm going to read this. I'm going to read this 100%. I'm super, super intrigued. And listen to the synopsis. In this world, in this England, a mist has begun to take over England. And what is holding it at bay is strategically placed lanterns throughout the country, and also nightly sentries patrols. We have two sisters fighting to hold their manor while deadly monsters prowl along its perimeters. And it is said to be perfect for fans for House of Salt and Sorrow and Anatomy, a Love Story by Lana Schwartz. As I said, I'm super intrigued by this and 100% going to pick it up. This is going to release on September 3rd. The next book is another YA. It's a YA paranormal gothic romance with witches. It is called The Bell Witches by Lindsay Kelk. And in this book, we are following Emily, who was sent to live with her grandmother in Savannah, Georgia after her father's death. And as she's living there, she starts to discover that she's the latest in a long line of powerful witches. And she finds herself swept in secrets, mystery, and romance. The author said that if you ever loved Buffy, the Vampire Diaries, the original, True Blood, or Twilight, this book is for you. Super excited about this one too. And I also talked to you about this book. This has a very stunning Waterstones exclusive edition with stenciled edges that looks absolutely beautiful. And this is going to release on September 26th. I'm also probably going to pick this one up just because I love the synopsis, I love the pitch, and I'm also a fan of the Vampire Diaries and the originals. Absolutely going to give this a go. The next book that I'm going to talk about is one of my absolute top favorite books of 2023, and I'm going to say of all times because I still think about this book daily. It is Fear the Flames by Olivia Rose Darling. I have raved about this book in my top reads of 2023. If you are interested, I will link that video down below. Everything good in fantasy. The tension, the reluctant allies to lovers, the found family, the scheming, the plotting, the heist to do something. No, I'm not going to say it. The dragons, the romance, everything. A badass female character, a strong male character. Everything is perfect in this book. And you know what? She made it even more perfect because she added some scenes and also she did a lot of editing. So I'm super excited. I own the original copy, but I already pre-ordered this one because I want to discover what she did with this book. And also I want to have this beautiful hardcover. Highly, highly recommend. 100% you need to add this book. If you are a romantasy lover, if you love a good fantasy with heist and found family too, this one is for you. Highly recommended. This is going to be released on September 17th. And she also mentioned some things on the hardcover: gold foil, spot gloss, beautiful end papers, and as I said, brand new content. I cannot recommend this enough. You need to add this to your TBR. Next up, it is finally here. We have book 2 in the Rose Hill series by Elsie Silver. You know, it's called Wild Eyes, by the way. You know how much I loved Wild Love, the first book. I don't know how to express my feelings. Whether it was a discovery for me. I loved it so much. I was laughing out loud throughout the whole book. The romance is hot and sizzling, and I loved all the scenes with the couple together, and it was just the perfect romance. It was super entertaining and so good, and I cannot wait to pick this up. In this book, we are following, I think, Rosie's brother from the first book. His name is West Belmont. He's a horse trainer, and the love interest, she's a celebrity, and he's also a shameless flirt and a single dad. If you love that trope, I certainly do. We are going to get that. Say no more. Going to pick this up on September 3rd. The next book that I'm going to talk about is The Life Impossible by Matt Haig. In this book, we are following a retired math teacher, and she was shocked to inherit a house from her long-lost friend, and the house is located on a Mediterranean island. So she travels to the house and she starts to search for answers on how her friend lived and died. But she uncovers impossible things that force her to confront her own past, and also she starts to see the world through different eyes. This book has magical realism, and from the reviews, people loved it. I personally read The Midnight Library from Matt Haig, and I loved that book so much. He has a way with words and how the story is constructed that really sucks you in, and you feel like you are a part of the story. You are a part of the main character's journey that I really loved in the first book. And also his storylines are always so thought-provoking. I love that so much. I'm definitely going to try to give this a go. This is going to release on September 3rd. Next up, it is finally here, people. It is finally here. Somewhere Beyond the Sea. This is the sequel. I squealed. This is the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea. And it is, if you didn't hear about this book, first of all, drop everything. Drop everything. Pick up The House in the Cerulean Sea and thank me later. It's just I think it's the best beloved, well-loved book across all genres. We can all sit here and agree that that book is a masterpiece, that book is just a huge lump of happiness, wholesomeness lump, and positive vibes. It's just, yes. If you haven't read that book yet, you need to read it. You need to read it. In this book, I think we are going to get more of Arthur's past. Arthur is the caretaker of the orphanage, where we have the magically gifted, dangerous children. We are going to get his backstory, his past, and he's going to fight to keep the children that he really loves and cares for, and to keep his family together. And also from the synopsis, we are going to be introduced to a new kid, a new gifted child who hopes to join them on their island. Super thrilled, extremely happy to have this book finally releasing on September 10th. Next up, we have the newest release by Sally Rooney, Intermezzo. This is an exquisitely moving story about love, grief, and family. We are following two brothers that are very different from each other, Peter and Ivan. Peter is a successful, untouchable lawyer. He's in his 30s, and he's juggling two relationships with two different women. On the other hand, we have Ivan, who is a competitive chess player. He's in his 20s and he's socially awkward and he feels lonely. And he begins a relationship with an older woman that he meets at a chess tournament. And we get to follow them after their father dies when they are trying to balance between their love life and the grief. This is going to release on September 24th. Next up, we have the second book in the Coven of Bones series. It's called The Curse. The first print run of this book has a beautiful special edition that I talked about before in my special edition videos. This is by Harper L. Wood, and it's an adult Gothic, dark academia, paranormal romance. We have vampires, we have witches, we have demons, and we are in this university called Hollows Grove. It is very atmospheric with a Gothic aura, and it is where the best and brightest of witches go to learn to develop their skills and practice their magic. It's a dual POV. We have enemies to lovers, we have forbidden love and age gap romance, and we also have a lot of twists and secrets to uncover. This is going to release on September 7th. And I'm also definitely going to start this series this fall. I'm super intrigued by the setting, and I love all the witchy books during fall as everyone else. So yeah, definitely going to pick this one too. The next book that I'm going to talk about is another YA paranormal romance. I have talked about this book before in one of my special edition videos. It is called Immortal Dark, and we have a beautiful Waterstones exclusive edition. And hear this. This book is pitched as The Cruel Prince meets Ninth House in a dangerous, romantic, dark academia fantasy, where a lost heiress must infiltrate an arcane society and live with a vampire that she suspects killed her family and kidnapped her sister. This is also going to release on September 3rd. The next book has a super stunning first edition print run from Red Tower Books. I have talked about this book before too. This is an adult fantasy romance. It is called The Games Gods Play. I'm not going to say anything about this book other than, and listen to this, it is pitched as Percy Jackson meets The Hunger Games but for adults. What? I don't want to know anything else. Don't give me, say no more. I don't need any information. And also, people who received the arc of this book are raving, are going absolutely crazy for this book. So 100% going to read it. 100% is going to be a priority during this fall. It's also the beginning of a series, but I don't care. I need to know. I need to know what the hype is about. And everything, this cover is screaming my name. This is absolutely stunning, and the pitch is what? This is going to release on September 3rd. Definitely going to pick this up as soon as I have it in my hands, and I highly recommend you do too. I'm going to talk about this book soon in one of my wrap-ups. I hope I love it as much as the people who already read the arc. Yeah. The next book that I'm going to talk about is one of my most anticipated releases of the year. It is book 2 in the Flesh and False Gods series. The first book being Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. It is an adult fantasy and a retelling of Anthony and Cleopatra. I loved the first book so much. Let me bring it. This is turning into a book review, but it's fine. I love this so much. It is filled with action, and the competition that they have in this book was super engaging and riveting. I loved every single bit of it, and I loved following the badass. She's a true badass, the female main character, and the magic system was so fascinating. 100% going to pick this book. This one, reread this one, and then read the second book as soon as I get it. I'm probably going to get the Fairy Loot special edition of the sequel. I cannot wait to be in this world again and follow these characters. The second book, Vilest Things, is going to release on September 10th. The next book is an adult Gothic paranormal romance. Have you noticed a theme in this video? Because it's fall. It's fall, we have the Gothic, we have the paranormal, we have the witches, we have the adult romance Gothic. It has to be Gothic. It has to be, because it's fall, it has to be Gothic. This book is called Lucy Undying by Kirsten White. It is pitched as a seductive and epic Gothic fantasy where we follow a vampire who escapes the thrall of Dracula and embarks on her own search for self-discovery and true love. And also, Lucy was one of Dracula's first victims. This is going to release on September 10th. The next book is called An Academy of Liars. It is by Alexis Henderson, author of The Year of Witching and House of Hunger. This is an adult, paranormal, Gothic mystery, not romance. It's a mystery. In this book, we are following Lennon, who gets an invitation to join Drayton's College, which is a school for magic, and it is in a place hidden in Savannah. She has the innate gift of persuasion, and she finds herself swept in the studies. She loved her studies, and also she was captivated by her advisor. His name is Dante, and slowly she starts to discover secrets about Drayton's College. And also she discovers that her mentor's tragic and violent past intertwines with it. What made me super interested in this book is not the synopsis, but the reviews, because a lot of people who read it, who received the ARC, said that this is one of the best dark academia that they read this year. So I'm definitely going to add this to my TBR, because sometimes the synopsis is not that exciting, but when you read the book, you are like, whoa, I'm so happy that I gave this a chance. And I'm 100% going to do that, and maybe this is going to be one of the also best dark academia that I read this year. This is going to release on September 17th. The next book is the 7th book in the Percy Jackson and the Olympians. It is called Wrath of the Triple Goddess. If you somehow didn't hear about the Percy Jackson series, I'm 100% sure you know about it. It's a middle grade urban Greek mythology fantasy. In this book, we are following Percy as he continues to try to earn college recommendation letters from the gods. And in this book, he's going to pet sit the goddess Hecate's polecat and her giant mastiff during Halloween week. This is going to be full of hilarious set pieces, diverse cast of gods, and also monsters, and many other delightful tricks and treats. This is going to release on September 24th. The next book that I'm going to mention is Us in Ruins by Rachel Moore. I have talked to you about this book in my special edition books, episode 18 of my special edition books, because this book had pre-order campaigns, and I hope they are still open by the time you watch this video, so you can still have your chance to grab a copy, to pre-order a copy, so you can get the goodies of the pre-order campaigns. I will link that video down below. It is episode 18 of the special edition books. This is a YA standalone adventure rom-com. We have high stakes adventure and romance. We have a lot of booby trap style trials and a romance with a blend of humor, magic, and pining. Also, the author mentioned that this is perfect for anyone who loved The Mummy. I personally already pre-ordered this one. I cannot wait to read it. This is going to release on September 3rd. And that was it for me today, book besties. If you made it this far, leave me the book stack emoji. And also, if you enjoyed the video, please watch one of these videos. That would help me out a lot. And don't forget to subscribe and join the amazing community of book besties here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!